All right, hello everyone, and welcome back. It's me, your movie guru, with another review. This one I am actually gleeful to talk to you guys about. Uh, I just saw John Wick 3 Parabellum, and this is going to be a short review because at this point, this is one of those films that if you've seen the first two, you know exactly what you're getting in for. I'm going to give you the rating right off the bat. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 because it's not a perfect movie, but I believe this is just about as close to a perfect action movie as you can get. Uh, as with the first two films, the gunfight scenes are spectacular. The hand fighting scenes, the fist fighting scenes, they're cool. You know, they're not the best I've seen in any film. I've watched a lot of kung fu movies and things like that where they've had some really slick fighting sequences. But that's not to say that the ones in this film were bad, but you know they weren't the best that I've seen. But they're definitely manageable. One of the best things that I would say about this film was I was a big fan of the first two John Wick movies, uh, but one of my concerns coming into this movie was thinking that a little bit worried about how could they make things fresh. So if you watch the first two, you know that John Wick isn't really big on plot. It's kind of a really more of a cause and effect movie, action and reaction. You know, something happens and then, you know, the characters react to it. It's not, like I said, it's not heavy on plot. It's not heavy on, you know, acting talent or any of that. It's really all about just setting the stage, you know, for these action sequences. And that's really what the film does. Not to say that's, you know, a bad thing. You know, some films aren't meant to, you know, be plot heavy, or some films are more plot heavy. Some films are more acting, you know, rely on the acting to really, you know, carry a film. This film was very much, as like I said with the first two, all about setting up the action sequences. And going into the movie, I was wondering, seeing how we saw, you know, two whole movies of this, you know, how could they continue to make this fresh? You know, John Wick gets into some situation, you know, there's a room full of bad guys, or you know, a lot of hunters or whatever coming, or assassins coming to kill him, and you know he's going to shoot his way out of the situation. You know that's what he does. So it was kind of, I was kind of worried about, you know, how could, at what point will we get tired of seeing, you know, the same type of movie? And I'm very happy to report they definitely did find ways to make new scenes. So you know, even though it is a gunfight, and you know, and he's fighting multiple people, you know, teams of people, uh, it won't be how you've seen it before. They've incorporated new elements. You know, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you know, they've incorporated new weapons, uh, new surroundings, uh, different set pieces, you know, to kind of keep things fresh. Even in the movie, you know, I won't reveal who, but you know, there's actually a couple team ups that he does in the movie, and you know, you get to see them fight, and so that actually helps keep, you know, the action fresh as well. So I was very happy to see that. Uh, like I said, this is not a big acting movie. This is not a big plot heavy movie. So that's why I give it an 8.5 out of 10. You know, it's not a perfect movie, but man, oh man, if you are an action fan, uh, if you are a fan of the first two movies, you can't miss this one. Uh, it has everything that you're looking for. You know, if you like the first two, you're gonna love this one as well because it's more of the same, but it's different. It's different enough. I'd say one of the greatest things that I like is that between the three films now, the scenes that they have and then the fight scenes are different enough that you could distinguish them. You would be able to say, okay, well, no, John Wick 1 was the scene where this happened, you know, this fight scene. Well, in John Wick 2, no, these were, you know, he fought in this place, you know, he used this type of gun. And then, especially in John Wick 3, there's a lot of unique sequences that you will remember specifically for that movie. And so that, I thought they did a really good job. It's currently got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'd say that absolutely does it justice. Uh, any action fan, you're going to love this movie. As with the first two films, it is violent, so don't come into it if you're thinking it's not going to be that way. It's very violent, and dare I might say, I haven't seen the first two in a while, but from what I remember, I think there's a few scenes that it's actually even more violent than those two. So just know that going in. But like I said, I'm gonna keep this short because there's not a bunch of plot or acting to go over. It's you getting what you're getting. But like I said, I was very excited to see this movie. One of the movies I've been most anticipating this year, and it did not let me down. I got everything that I was looking for, and it definitely left me excited, for what's to come. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. If for some reason you didn't like this movie, me and you are going to have words because we couldn't have a bigger difference of opinion. But, I'll listen to it, see if you can change my mind. Anyways, thanks for watching again, guys. Absolutely 100% go see this movie in theaters. Seeing it on that big screen, the action sequences, it is definitely worth the extra money that you will pay by seeing it at home. And just hearing the reactions from the crowd as well was also a good part of it. So support this movie, go see it in theaters. Support me, hit the like, subscribe. Thanks again, guys. Happy weekend.